Stephen A. Smith, what do you make of Dez Bryant's comments?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And let me be on the record to say, that's right, I'm one of the people that can't stand y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 double digits. That means in 16 years, 12 of those years, you haven't even won 10 games. But you have the audacity, the temerity, the unmitigated gall to call yourself America's team and sit there sticking out your chest, bloviate, talking about, oh, we love the haters. You know why y'all have haters, Dallas Cowboys? You know why? And I'm not talking to the fans because you got great fans. I'm talking to the Dallas Cowboys organization. Do you know why you have haters? Because you're always making noise and news for the wrong reasons. You want to talk about what y'all are, but y'all ain't anything. I mean, I'm sorry, wasn't it the Giants that spanked y'all in the last game of the regular season 2 years ago before winning the Super Bowl? Wasn't it the Washington Redskins and RG3 on a bum leg, a one-legged RG3, who spanked y'all in the season finale? But somehow, some way, are the Giants making news this offseason? Nope. Are the Redskins making news this offseason? Nope. But the Dallas Cowboys, every single week, they in the news. You know why? Because there's always something, whether it's Dez Bryant, whether it's Tony Romo looking like a politician with his family and also he getting his contract, $55 million in guaranteed dollars for what? Watching the playoffs with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. That's what he's getting $55 million in guaranteed money for. I mean, this is ridiculous. So when I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to Dez, and I'm saying to the Dallas Cowboys as an organization, Jerry Jones as your owner, because somehow, some way he has taught y'all how to remain relevant even when you are not. The Dallas Cowboys stink. They are an average team, if not less than that. And the fact that we have to sit here and talk about them because they're so hated or so loved because Skip Bayless swears they're America's team is something that disgusts me. So, yes, I am one of the haters.
Well, a poll that was conducted last year said they are America's team.
It's ridiculous.
So you're accurate.
They don't do anything. It's what you do in reaction to what they say. Oh, yes.
You.
Oh, yes, it's you.
Long before I came along, you spent 30 years talking about them. You wrote books on them for crying out loud.
Yeah, when they were winning 3 Super Bowls.
That's right.
I did.
And you made them relevant, and you are part of the reason they're America's team, along with their willingness to play on Thanksgiving.
You were the head hater.
It is so unfair. You, where's my tissue at? Here's my tissue at right here. You know, you, Skip Bayless, you are victimizing me.
I am.
Because I do not walk in saying, let's talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys always find a way to make the news. They're a walking piece of mediocrity. T.O. was willing to hold dudes accountable. Yeah. And Mr. Jason Witten stood up and said, no, we don't like that. Please don't talk about Tony Romo that way. No, Tony Romo might be sensitive. And the next thing you know, he's gone, and you haven't won anything since. But it was his fault that you weren't winning when he was there.
No, why did you get and you were jealous that wait.
Hold on.
Even when the Giants win a Super Bowl, the whole offseason still seems to revolve around Cowboys. Big D. Big D. It's all Cowboy talk.
Are you saying for me that what I really have a problem with is that the Dallas Cowboys are treated like Tebow? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
You might.
A team that don't do much, but they always in the news.
Yeah.
That. Okay,
well,
sure,
at least Tebow won.
At
least Tebow won his playoff game, right?
When he played.
Yeah.
When he played.
Oh, when he
sort of
played,
like the Dallas Cowboys in the postseason. Oh, I'm sorry, they haven't been there.
Stephen A. Smith, do you agree with what DeMarcus Ware has said?
The stage is yours.
I mean, of course I agree with him. This man has one playoff victory on his 7-year resume.
Wait, only one?
That's just pathetic.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be clear, okay? You have to understand, Skip, we live in harsh economic times.
Okay.
Yet somehow, some way, when it comes to the National Football League, you can be the epitome of mediocrity and still get guaranteed $55 million, $108 million contract. As Don King would say, only in America, baby, only in America.
Ty, would you agree with
are you really kidding me? Are you really kidding me? This dude got more than a Super Bowl champion, Joe Flacco. What has Tony Romo done? What has he done? But when it gets hot, when the bright lights flash down upon him, when it really, really counts, we sitting up there looking for him. APB outfield, can't find him. You understand what I'm saying? MIA. That Jerry Jones wants to sit there and act like a daggone a novice fan sitting there, get the wife and kid. Can we all take pictures? You understand what I'm saying? Hey, you see us? Really? While you're sitting there cutting that check for him. For what? For what? He hasn't, in the end, he hasn't gotten it done. And thank God there's somebody with the Dallas Cowboys that was willing to man up, stand up, and call it for what it is.
Because Tony Romo's Dallas Cowboys are an accident waiting. No, they're just an accident.
They're just an accident.
Oh, they're just an accident.
They've happened too often. It's no longer in waiting. It's already happened too often, Skip.
Okay.
They have the talent. You understand? The question is that whether or not they will find a way to beat themselves, because they always do in the Tony Romo era, right? Now, no sense of urgency whatsoever.
Then you have people lining up wrong.
Time out. Which leads me to where the culpability ultimately lies, with Mr. Jason Garrett. You are proud of a team that inept mentally, that unfocused, that undisciplined, that idiotic in such a condition? It's ridiculous. No wonder you're losing. No wonder this dude is 15-14 as the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And then I took the liberty, Skip, of looking up some of this dudes. They go 8-8 last season, get beat down, bum rush, ran roughshod over by the New York Giants the last game of the regular season. They're 2-3 now. That's a 15-14 record with not a single playoff appearance since he's been with the Dallas Cowboys. But here's the thing that's mind-boggling to me, Skip. This is a dude. This year was the first year he gave up the job as offensive coordinator, gives it to Bill Callahan, but he's still calling the plays. So to me, you've got your fingerprints written all over it. Bill Callahan's the same head coach of the Oakland Raiders in 2002 that took them to the Super Bowl. You don't think he's qualified to call plays instead of you with your non-playoff having self and Jason Garrett?
With that. I know.
All of these people love Jason Garrett.
I do too.
Here's my point. Why? What has he done? When is Dallas? When is Big D? When is the city of Dallas, America's team, the Habitat for America's team, going to stand up and say, what has this man done?
They're probably doing it right now.
Why is everybody loving this guy so much? All I know is that since this man has become head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, they have been a walking piece of mediocrity. If you are going to be a head coach in this league, you have to be a leader of men. Demote his butt back down to offensive coordinator and call it a day.
That's fine.
Because he is not the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, because his record shows it, because their continuous level of ineptitude shows it. Enough of this dude. I'm tired of hearing about how great he is. What has he shown? He's dead now and he hasn't gotten it done. Period.
Do you agree with Brett Favre?
What? Jerry Jones has loaded the Dallas Cowboys with talent year after year after year. If Tony Romo is any kind of quarterback, and I'm not saying he's a scrub because I know he can play, but when it was time, where was he? Nowhere to be found. I'm still looking for him. APB still out for him. I can't find him. He was nowhere. So I don't want to hear all of that. This dude didn't get it done. And so to me, when I see it, I sit there and I hear somebody like Brett Favre opening his mouth, talking about Tony Romo, like he's a victim. What are you talking about? The victim in Dallas, let me be clear about this. The victim associated with the Dallas Cowboys organization is Mr. Jerry Jones, an owner that puts his money where his mouth is and has given Tony Romo the weapons to produce, and he hasn't gotten done. Did you not pick them to win the NFC East on the last week of the season when the Giants stomped them? Was that not you, Skip Bayless?
You know what?
Answer my question.
Skip A. Bayless?
Skip A. Answer my question, Joker. Answer my question, Joker. Don't be making those faces. Don't answer my question.
Without Tony Romo's heroics, without his clutch
heroics,
game after game after game, he saved
Until him when it counted most.
But who was sitting on the set? And I said to you, they ain't going to get it done. They're going to run into the New York Giants, last game of the regular season, and they will find a way to fold like a cheap tent. It's not about, just the moment itself. It's about a team that is called America's team that does not deserve that name anymore. I think it's a joke. It's what epitomized the Dallas Cowboys as being the joke that they are. As far as I'm concerned, they're not America's team. They're America's joke.
I don't think the Cowboys will ever get into the Super Bowl with Tony Romo as the coach.
Wow.
Preach. What do you think?
I agree with that. I told you that. I said it earlier in the year. I finally came around. I said,
if Tony Romo were a tree, what type would he be? Fruit. Oh, come on.